I watched the first 4 episodes of Love is Blind UK, and they are just as messy as US. Let's talk about it. What's up? My name is Callie, and I make cozy content on gaming, reality TV, movies, everything you can think of. So if that's up your alley, make sure to subscribe, and let's get into it. So I poured myself a cup of tea, calming chamomile tea, to be cozy, but also because it's on theme of Love is Blind UK. There will be spoilers, okay? I'm warning you right now, so if you don't want spoilers, click off this video and then come back once you've watched. I also have a journal just like they do on the show to take all my notes. So if you see that, I'm just reading my notes. So if you don't know, which I'm assuming you do because you clicked on this video, but if you don't know, Love is Blind is a reality TV show where contestants date sight unseen, as they say, through walls. And not only do they date, they get engaged without even seeing the other person, you know, just plainly based on their personality. And it gets really chaotic and interesting because of that. Okay, so the hosts are the Willises. I've never heard of them before, but again, I bet they're really popular in the UK. Actually, you know what? Let me just Google it. I just Googled it and it said Matt, the husband, was in a band called Busted. I've never heard of that band either. I'm guessing it's like a popular UK band. Busted. Wait, they also have a song called Year 3000. Wait, what? Hold on, let me play this. This can't be a coincidence, right? Hold on. I need to pause this because I don't want to get copyrighted. But what? Wait, okay, when did this come out? That came out in 2004. So it was before the Jonas Brothers? Did the Jonas Brothers like buy that song to sing it? Like they even look like the Jonas Brothers. I don't know if I'll put something on the screen there. What? Oh my God, and even the Jonas Brothers' first album cover is literally the same. It's red with all 3 of them. Wait, this is so funny. Okay, my mind is blown. Okay, sorry. That was just wild to discover. Okay, back to the recap. So we first meet Freddie, who is a cutie patootie. But then again, everyone on Love is Blind is always attractive, so no surprise there. And he's a funeral director, which at first I thought was odd, but then he explained his reasoning and that he finds it really, you know, special to be able to be there for people who are mourning the loss of a loved one. I thought that was really sweet, and he seems really well-intentioned. So he starts dating a girl named Catherine, and Catherine, gorgeous, obviously. So I think she said she was a dentist or a dental hygienist. Either way you can tell because her teeth are perfect and so white. So they hit it off immediately. They first start connecting because he's talking about how he likes going to the gym. And he says, well, you're gonna think I'm weird. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna do an accent. He says, you know, I'm not gonna say this because you're gonna think I'm weird. And she guesses that he goes to the gym twice a day because she also goes to the gym twice a day, which could not be me, but so cute of them. And I really like them. I think they're a good fit. I really like their pairing together. But this is Love is Blind, so obviously it's not gonna be smooth as that. And she gets almost in a love triangle with this guy named Ollie. So Ollie is like this really suave guy. Like he seems like he has good banter and he's a boxer. And him and Catherine have like very like sexual, like lustful energy when they first start talking, but they still hit it off really well. My first impression of Ollie is he seems very genuine, and literally he had her like swinging and kicking her feet when they were talking, which you know is a good sign. And then here's where it starts getting messy. So Freddie is dating Catherine, and then Catherine's also dating Ollie, and then Ollie is also dating a girl named Demi. So Demi also like seems really chill. She describes herself as just like being vibey or having vibes, which I can definitely tell. Like she seems like a really down to earth type of person. And they both box, so they connect on that. And like Ollie is saying that, you know, he kind of has more of a sexual chemistry with Catherine, but like him and Demi, it just feels like a more real, like fuller connection. And that's kind of what he goes back and forth with between the two. But next we meet Sabrina, and she is in marketing and she is from Ireland. So Sabrina starts dating Steven, and Steven is a gym owner. Dude, do all these people like work out all the time? Like, yeah, I like work out. Like I walk and like I'll run and like whatever. But like I feel like all these people talk about going to the gym and I'm feeling left out now. So they have a really cute chemistry right away. She kind of calls out that he's like in the CrossFit cult. Also like vibe on their morning routine, but he says that he likes to take cold showers and she's like, oh, I'm out. And I was like, yes, girl, that is relatable. I dyed my hair red once and my hairstylist was like, you need to take cold showers to make sure the red doesn't come out of your hair. And I did not do that. And the red did come out of my hair immediately, as to why I'm back to blonde now. Okay, now we're moving on to Sam. So Sam describes himself as like a big kid, and he kind of talks about how like he doesn't know why he's had issues with dating, and like immediately like alarm bells are going off in my head. Like something with Sam, like he also describes himself as like, you know, a sweet guy, like sweet guys don't win. And like, you know, the whole like nice guys finish last, and I'm a nice guy and I always finish last. And like, that's always not a great sign. So he starts dating a girl named Nicole, and she is an absolute sweetheart, but she has like a fun side to her. But she also really seems like she has like her shit together. When they started dating, I was a bit confused because, you know, Sam, like, as in the nicest way, gives off like Michael Scott energy. Like Nicole asked him a question about like, oh, if you're at the end of your life, if you were to write a book, like what would the book be about? What would it look like? Which is like a really interesting question. And he says something along the lines of like, oh, my book would be the best books of all books, and when you would read it, you would cry. Dude, what? Like, it just seems like he's trying to be someone that he's not, and like I understand trying to impress her, but like, it just isn't coming off as genuine, you know? But, you know, that could be the editing, because obviously Nicole is like, sees something in Sam that we're not seeing. But no worries for Nicole. She's also dating another guy named Benaya. And Benaya is like a traveler. He's a freelancer. Like, he says that he isn't like currently in a home. That's a choice of his own. He kind of travels, and then he works like where he travels to, which honestly sounds so cool. And Nicole like says that she's really into that lifestyle as well. She currently works a corporate job, but she always imagined herself living off the grid and kind of, you know, living a similar lifestyle. So I think that she really could envision them like doing that and living in that lifestyle in the future. Okay, so finally it's day 2. We're still in episode 1. We're back to Sabrina and Steven, SNS. He used some British slang. He called himself a happy bunny. And he also said budgie smugglers. So if someone can translate that in the comments, that would be great. And this is our first big storyline. So while they're talking, Sabrina kind of says how, you know, if kids happen, that's fine, but like she's never really wanted kids. It's never been like a priority for her, you know? Like she could have kids, if that's great. If she doesn't, that's fine too. Steven like really wants kids. And she's 35, you know, so like that they would probably start having kids fairly soon, after they got married, because again, at the end of this, they get married. At 8 weeks, they get married. This is a really tough conversation for them both, because that could be a big deal breaker. You know, if your partner wants kids and you don't, that may not work out. So they end that conversation feeling really not great about it, and they kind of leave it off there for now. And then we meet Jasmine, who, just like everyone else, is like so beautiful. Her story is so sad. So she got cheated on in one of her last relationships, and the guy who cheated on her had a whole other relationship with a girl who was expecting a child. God bless her that she's still trying, she's still dating, she's still trying to date men, because my God, that sounds traumatizing. So Jasmine starts dating Sam, right? And Jasmine, she's been cheated on. She's been through this, right? She is not here for any bullshit. Sam comes in, she immediately clocks him, right? He kind of gives the same spiel about like, you know, how he's not had luck with dating, and she's like, oh, like, why do you think that is? And he's like, well, you know, I don't know. I think it's because, you know, my Instagram page, people just think that like I'm an F-boy, And yeah, that's probably why they don't want to date me. And she's like, why would they think that? And he's like, I don't know, like, I just want to fall in love and blah, 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 blah. And so she's like immediately like on his scent, like not having it. She saw the red flags. Not that Nicole didn't, okay? Not that Nicole didn't, but like Jasmine was like, She definitely was sensing something, right? So Jasmine is also dating this guy named Bobby. He is like a cruise line salesperson. Like I don't really get his job, but like he seems like such a sweet guy. I feel like I'm describing everything like that, but he does, like, you know, and him and Jasmine really hit it off. But then we cut back to Sabrina and Steven, and they kind of talk it through, and Sabrina was like, I could imagine myself like adopting. I could imagine myself doing IVF because I am getting older. Like there are other ways to have children that don't involve me like physically getting pregnant. And Steven said he would be open to those options, and they had a really good like frank conversation about it. So now we switch back to Kath and Freddie. At this point, I feel like Sabrina and Steven and Kath and Freddie are my favorite couples so far. They're talking about their grandparents, and Kath says, oh yeah, my name is Mary because I'm named after my grandma. And he's like, oh my God, my grandma's name is Mary too. And she's like, oh really? Yeah, like Mary and Bill, like Bill is my grandfather. And he's like, you're joking. And she was like, what? And he's like, my grandfather's named Bill too. I was thinking, I was like, you guys check to see if you're related or not? Like, are you distant cousins and you don't know? It'll make naming their like kids' middle names and stuff easy, you know, Bill and Mary for middle names. Switch back to Ollie now. And he's trying to figure out his lustful, or if his connection with Catherine is lustful or if it's, you know, genuine. He has a date with Demi, and she basically lays it on the table. She says, hey, I'm 100% here for you. And he's like, yeah, thanks, love that. I'm still exploring my options. So poor Demi. God, I felt so bad. It's so vulnerable to like admit your feelings to someone and for them not to reaffirm that. So this is when we find out that Catherine and Demi are actually friends, which could be bad because, again, mind you, they're both dating Ollie. And I know I've been talking about Freddie and Kath, you know, a while, but Kath is still dating Ollie, and she really likes Ollie, right? They have a good connection. Again, like they're both not sure if it's lustful, like what's going on, but like, so Demi is like ranting to Catherine about like Ollie, and it's just like kind of awkward, and that could end bad, and I felt so bad, but like girlhood, we love it. And then we see the first proposal of the season. Drum roll, please. Steven proposes to Sabrina, and it's very cute. He reads her a nice little poem that he wrote. Episode 1 ends on a cliffhanger. Sabrina says, you know, I really enjoyed getting to know you, but Episode 2, we start. Sabrina says, I've been liking getting to know you, but I can't wait to continue doing it further. And he's like, that was like the most intense yes I have ever experienced in my life. So she said yes. They're really happy, they're celebrating, and I'm so happy for them. They seem like such a good couple. So I know we're in episode 2, but we are introduced to more folks. So we're meeting Tom. Tom is a bit older than some of the other contestants. He's 38. But again, like he seems just like a very genuine, nice guy there to find a connection, right? He does say that he's really self-aware about his last relationship. He says that, you know, it didn't work out just because he couldn't open up enough, which may be bad for Love is Blind because you kind of need to do that to get to know someone, and you don't have anything else going for you other than what you're saying to that person in Love is Blind. So I guess we'll see. And then we meet Maria, who is also stunning. She is a makeup artist, and she just seems like really like chill and fun. So of course, you know, Love is Blind, there's another love triangle, and we also get introduced to Natasha, who is also dating Tom. So Natasha's a career coordinator, which I think is like, oh, that's such a great job, like helping, you know, young people find their careers and paths. I feel like it's such a green flag in a person. So Sam is dating Nicole a bit more, and I literally just have in my notes, Sam seems a bit immature for Nicole. Oh yeah. Oh, we'll see how immature he is. Now we're back to Freddie and Catherine. And to make things even more crazy, Freddie mentions to Catherine that he saw like a psychic a couple years ago or something. And he said that the psychic said that he would marry someone with a C. I mean, you guys have the same grandparents. You guys, Catherine starts with a C. I think it's a match made in heaven. So Ollie and Kat then go on a date, and he starts a conversation off by kind of bluntly telling her like what's on his mind. And he says, you know, like, I don't know if this is lustful. I don't know like what kind of connection this is. Like, I've just always kind of felt this like more sexual attraction to you, but like, I don't know if it's more than that. And also she mentions like she went out to a bar for her birthday. It's called Cirque. And he says like, oh, like, ooh. And she was like, what? And he's like, oh, like just the type of girls that go to Cirque. And that like really puts her off because she's like, what? I just like went to a bar, you know? And he kind of like judges her for like going to a certain bar, which like, I go to bars that like I don't frequent. So it kind of leaves off in like a weird aspect there, but no fear. We see Sabrina and Steven next, and they're about to see each other for the first time, which is super exciting. They meet, they're super happy with what they see and everything. She says yes again. And she tells him, she said, I thought you were going to be bald. And he was like, why would you think I was bald? And she was like, I don't know. You just give bald energy. She's like, I'm okay with that. He was like, don't worry. Like, I don't want to be bald. Now we're back to our buddy Sam. And Sam confesses his feelings for Jasmine. And Jasmine's like, okay. She says, in quote, okay, yeah, doesn't feel that you're being real. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you, Jasmine. Jasmine has another great conversation with Bobby, and she's like, all right, yeah, it's time to cut Sam off. So she does, and he is very, very sad. He's very upset. So much so he kicks a cup on his way out, okay? And I understand, like, getting broke up with is hard. And then, like, his conclusion from that was that he should, you know, date Nicole. It just kind of made him realize his feelings about Nicole. But he also said, beggars can't be choosers. If someone was dating me and they got broken up with by someone else and they were talking behind my back and said, beggars can't be choosers. Okay. Still episode 2, and it's Ollie's birthday. And Demi, she drew the cutest card, and she wrote on it, because it's your birthday, it feels like my birthday. A+, Demi, A+. Then Ollie goes to a date with Kath, right? And before Ollie can say anything, Catherine's like, you know what? I'm gonna make it easier for you. I'm gonna dip out. She said, like, I don't wanna get in the way of you and Demi, which, like, we love that. It just was like a really, really amicable split. You could tell that they both like sensed that it was, you know, wasn't as strong as like their other two connections that they had. So Nicole is dating Benaya and Sam. So Nicole, you could tell, like, really vibes with Benaya, but like she's wanting some kind of commitment from him. Due to his lifestyle, she wants to make sure that, like, just because he lives that lifestyle doesn't mean he can't, you know, settle down. She just goes in the pod and she's like, hey, like, I just want to make sure that you're ready for an engagement at the end of this, because like that's something that I need to hear from you. And he's like, I'm not ready for that right now. We don't know if that's like with her or just in general. If it's in general, dude, why are you on this show? That's the whole premise of it. But like, proposing to someone in a couple days is a big deal. I'm like, why aren't you proposing yet? It's because I love Nicole. But he does reassure her a bit, and he's like, you know, I really enjoy talking to you. I really enjoy your dates, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you more. But I think Sam this entire time has just been telling Nicole how much he's into her, how ready he is to like start a family, like, you know, have a wife. Like, he's been really affirming for her. So I think that for Nicole, I think that's what she finds really attractive in Sam, you know, which I get. Like, stability is comfortable, and having someone liking you and saying that feels really good and safe. Even if she did like Benaya, like, that's hard to hear that you're not ready for an engagement when that's what they all came on trying to do. Then we get the next proposal, which is Bobby, and he raps his proposal. It's kind of cringy to me, but I just don't really like when people rap like that. I like rap music. He honestly like was a good rapper, but I just wouldn't want to be proposed to with a rap. Is that mean? I hope that's not mean. He proposes to Jasmine and she says yes. So we have our second proposal of the season. It's only episode 2. We were talking about, Nicole really wanting that reassurance, from both the people. And literally right after her date with, I don't know if it's edited this way or what, but after her date with Benai, after he was kind of like wishy-washy, Sam like just completely like confesses his feelings for her. And you can tell that she like really, really appreciates that, right? She's getting sucked into Sam, which, girl, I do not blame her. I do not blame her. She's not seeing what we're seeing. Okay, but here comes a big thing. Okay, I need my tea for this. They're laughing, they're happy, and he's saying like, oh, I'm so excited when I get to meet you. I'm gonna hug you, I'm gonna kiss you, I'm gonna lift you up, right? And she makes a joke being like, oh, haha, you won't be able to pick me up. Haha, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to say that, right? Mind you, like, she is not a big girl by any means. There would be nothing wrong with that, but obviously he can't see her. And she was just making a tongue-in-cheek joke that obviously didn't land, right? So he's hearing that, and he's immediately put off, let's just say. Sam goes back to like the boys' like dormitory or whatever they call it, the room, and he immediately talks to someone. He's like, yeah, like I really like Nicole, but like she said something weird. Like she said it like I wouldn't be able to pick her up, like, and I don't know how I feel about it anymore. I don't know if you guys remember Shake from whatever season of Love is Blind is, and he would like ask girls like inadvertently what their weight was, and like, oh God, he was awful. Get this. Guess who overhears it? Benaya. He's conflicted. He's like, oof, I don't think he's here for the right reasons, and this is a girl that I really like. So Benaya goes and tattles on Sam, and like, I get it, like, he's self-aware. He's like, I know this like might hurt my chances, like I don't know if this is the right thing to do. He doesn't know. Like, he's like, I'm really torn about this, but like I feel like she deserves to know, and like but I don't want this to be seen as like sabotage, right? He goes Nicole, he tells her. She seems like upset, but also like not upset enough that she would want to end it with Sam. Like, that was like my first vibe I was getting. But then like he ends up reassuring her, like saying that like he wants to be with her. I think that's just kind of hard for her because like he's there saying like, oh, Sam isn't here for genuine reasons, like all he wants is fame. And then episode 3 starts on, Benaya and Nicole's conversation, and like obviously she's feeling really conflicted because she's felt that Sam has been very genuine. Like, they've had very genuine conversations. Now we go to Maria and Tom love triangle. Maria goes in and she's like, Tom, honey, you're my number one. And he says, oof, can't say that about you yet. Ooh, my God. Because mind you, he's still dating Natasha. He's still like trying to decide because at this moment, he still has like very good relationships like with both of them. So then we see Bobby and Jasmine meeting for the first time. They both seem really happy. She says that, she usually goes for like more like muscly guys, and like Bobby's like more cutesy. But she also did say, you look like home. Absolutely freaking adorable. So yeah, I feel like I could see them thriving. Finally, the moment I was waiting for. Freddie finally says that like he is in love with Catherine, and now that she's ended things with Ollie, she also says that, he's the one back, and they're both really cute and excited, and I'm so happy for them. Now we go back to like the girls' main room, and Nicole is kind of seeking solace and advice from Jasmine, who, mind you, also dated Sam, right? Jasmine is like straightforward with it. She's like, he lacks depth. And Nicole's like, well, like he said that like I was like the one. And Jasmine's like, I'm gonna stop you right there. He told me that on day 1, that he thought I was the one. Called out. Sam has been called out. And you know what? Still doesn't deter Nicole. Because think about it. Like, I can understand Nicole's point of view. He's hearing like all the right things from Sam. He's saying that he's committed, he wants a relationship, and he's been saying that consistently. So I think it's hard for Nicole, even if like another person said like, oh, I don't think he's the most genuine or has the most depth. Like, I think that she's kind of going with her gut and her heart, you know, and you can't change that. And I don't fault her for that. Then we switch back to seeing Natasha and Tom and Maria dating. When I'm watching it, it seems like, and again, it could be how it's edited, but Natasha and Tom seem like they have like a better relationship, but Tom's like thinking about it and he's like, I don't know if the romance is there. Like this just might be like a friendship. We probably just get on really well as friends. And so he's kind of starting to doubt his connection with Natasha. Freddie finally proposes to Catherine. He has this really cute speech. It's adorable. She's like bawling the entire time. It's so cute. They are officially engaged. Woohoo. So Nicole hasn't really chosen between Sam and Benaya at this point, but you can already tell that she's kind of leaning towards Sam. So they have this like intense cut where Nicole's like, I need to talk to my best connection. And it's like, dun, dun, dun. And they're like in this, like Sam and Benaya are in pods like right next to each other. And you're like, which one does she go in? No surprise. She goes in Sam's pod. Nicole goes in and she's like, hey, listen, like I need to make sure you're here for love. I'm not messing around with this. And Sam is like so eager. He's like, yes, 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 yes. Like I'm so here for love. Like that's all I've ever wanted. So anyways, he puts it all on the table and Nicole says that she loves Sam too. He literally says right after that, no one has ever loved me. And then on the spot, Sam proposes and she says yes. I'm so happy for them. After he proposes, she says yes. She's like, I love you, like blah, 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 blah. And he says, I think I love you. I think I love you? You think? That's what she should have said. But you could tell she was like, and he just like walks out. I feel so bad for Nicole. Then she has to go speak with Benaya right after, right? And God, he says, like, you know I want to commit to you. I'm ready to commit to you. I want to commit to you. And Benaya, it's too late. It's too late, son. She lets him down. Benaya literally says, like, she chose the wrong guy. Like, the fact that he knows, like, oh, dude. Like, and he didn't say it like, oh, she chose the wrong guy. He said, you know, she chose the wrong guy. Oof. So finally, we get the reveal between Freddie and Catherine. They're so adorable. They're so excited. They're so happy what they see. And now we have our third engaged couple. Then we switch back to Tom on a date with Natasha and he says, confess something to you. And then it ends. So now we're on episode 4. So episode 4 starts with Tom telling Natasha that he thinks it's more of a friendship and they break up. And I feel so bad for her. Someone had to get hurt there. Then we have Sam and Nicole's reveal. I just like really thought that it couldn't get worse, but it got worse. It got so much worse. Sam just knows how to say all of the wrong things. Things that like would be the worst thing to say in the moment, he manages to say. After they meet, he says, I don't care what anyone says. I think she's gorgeous. What? Dude, like, Nicole is like beautiful. What the fuck? That is such a weird thing to say. That's a weird thing to say about your wife. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone thinks. Like, that's not a compliment. Like, he just is giving off like major, like, he just has like major, like anxious vibes. Like, you know, I'm just a boy who wants to love a girl. And this man will not stop saying, just trust me. Just trust me. Don't just trust me. They're already engaged. Just trust me. I need a counter of how many times he said this. I'll put it here. How many times he said it. That's the quickest way not to trust someone, is saying, just trust me. Oh my God. And then on top of it all, he says, what color are your eyes? Boring brown. And like he kind of plays it off. He's like, haha, boring brown. No, like what? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he just says all the wrong things. Like, there's some insecurity there, or, you know, I'm not psychoanalyze him. You kind of feel bad for him, but also at the same time, you're like, take a look at yourself, dude. Like, whoa. It just is like sad boy stuff. He says, you deserve better than me. No one ever gives me a chance. At what point are you gonna realize maybe there's a reason why people think this way? Right? I think you need to do some self-reflection and God damn it, go to therapy. Get some fucking therapy. You need it. All right. And then the worst part. They're leaving. She has the ring. They're already officially engaged, but they're officially engaged again. And as he's walking out, he says, "I think I love you." Sir, that is your fiance. That is your fiance. Fiance. "I think I love you." The production is so shady. So one point, it's like her confessional being like, "Oh yeah, I'm so happy, like, you know, very nervous." And then they're like, "Oh, like battery on your mic died, like let's replace it." And it didn't. She literally says, this is dangerous territory, isn't it, guys? So like she's self-aware. She's like realizing, what did I get myself into? Like I'm engaged to a guy who thinks he loves me. She needs to run. She needs to get out of there. She needs to run so far. Finally, we get something to lighten it up. And Maria confesses her feelings to Tom, and he says that he feels the same way, and it's very cute. They both like grew on me. Like they were late in the game, but like their connection is really, really sweet and genuine. They're just there. They're in it. They're present. Like I don't even know how to explain it. So obviously Tom proposes to her, and she says, "Yes, yay!" And that's our fifth proposal. Let's go with that. So then right after we have Ollie proposing to Demi, and she says yes. So that's our sixth proposal or fifth. I don't know what number we're on, but we got a lot of proposals. Then we have Maria and Tom's reveal, which Maria, she's a makeup artist. She looks flawless. She's a stunning red dress on, but she decides to go with red lipstick. And I was looking at her put it on, and I was like, that is red lipstick, like with lip gloss, like red lip gloss on it. Like that is not like liquid lipstick, like something that won't transfer. Like that is lipstick. Does she not know she's gonna be kissing this man? So anyways, they meet each other. They're both so happy. He proposes again. She says yes, and they're kissing, and she gets her red lipstick all over him, so much so it looks like he's wearing red lipstick. Honestly, it's actually like really, really cute and charming. I think it just really solidified them as like one of my favorite couples, like if not my favorite by the end. And Ollie and Demi have a reveal. It was good, like it was fine, like it wasn't super noteworthy, but they both like seem happy with like each other, and yeah. So finally, we've made it to Greece, baby. Everything's going well. Everyone's happy in paradise. Kath mentions to Freddie that she's really nervous to see Ollie. And I get it. It's like your ex coming to like your honeymoon almost, you know? It's just kind of awkward. So I understand that, but like I wonder if it's like a nervousness in some other sense. I don't know, but I really do like Freddie and Catherine together. They were showing all the different couples, and like I didn't even notice this, but guess who isn't in Greece? Sam and Nicole. Thank God. They're not in Greece. They're not in Greece. They didn't go. They're back in London. Nicole says like she just wasn't feeling it. Apparently he gave the ring, and she like put on the ring. She put it on her wrong finger. And she was like, I was already feeling weird about it. And like, there's a lot of other things, but she's like, the fact I didn't even notice I put it on my wrong finger. He didn't notice that like we put it on my wrong finger. Like, she said like there just were alarm bells going off, and I could not go forward with it. I knew you would make the right decision. Sam tries to say like, oh yeah, like it wasn't feeling right. And I'm like, okay, Sam, just trust me. Episode 4 ends with Nicole being like, I really need to see Benaya. Now I'm going to rank all the couples on how far I think they'll get. Sam and Nicole are disqualified, obviously. And even if they weren't, I would have given them a negative 10 out of 10. That wasn't going anywhere, and we knew it. Nicole and Benaya, they might get together. I could see, I don't know if they'd make it to a wedding day. I don't know if like that's what Benaya was looking for. So I'll give them like a crisp 5 out of 10. I don't know, it could go either way. Freddie and Catherine. I feel like they are good. I just don't have like full faith in it for some reason. I don't know. I think that because like Catherine had like multiple interest, like she had an interest with Ollie. I don't know. I think that's making me more wary. So I'll give them an 8 out of 10. Still solid, you know, still a B. You're happy to be there. You'd accept that grade, you know, but also I'm like not super positive. Sabrina and Steven, we'll give them a 9.5 out of 10. I will say the children thing, like, you know, that could have been a big game stopper for them, but I think that it seems like they worked it out and they talked it through. So I don't really see anything coming up in the future for them. Jasmine and Bobby, so I'll give them a 7.8 out of 10. The only reason I say this is because Jasmine mentioned that like Bobby wasn't like her normal type. I feel that maybe like that might come into play later in the seasons. Like she may find out that, you know, like she can't really get over that, but I don't know. They seem like they're connecting well. I'm very hopeful for it, but we're giving it a C+. We're giving it a C+. Tom and Maria, I'm gonna give them a 10 out of 10. Okay, I'm not positive. I'm gonna go 9.9. We're never gonna say 100%. Because it's life, anything can happen. Tom is like a bit older. He seems very serious. Maria seems like, they both just seem like they know what they want, and it seems like they found that. So I feel really confident that they're gonna make it to the end, and they just seem very stable. And then last but not least, we have Ollie and Demi. I did watch the preview for the rest of the season. And if you would have asked me before that preview, I would have said like a 7 out of 10. Ollie, I did see a clip. Spoiler after episode 4 if you didn't watch the preview. It seemed like him and Demi were getting into some fights, and it was over Catherine and him finding Catherine attractive. So I'm gonna give them, unfortunately, a 4 out of 10. I'm gonna give them 4 out of 10. There's still a chance, but I'm not super confident in that chance, and it seems like there's rough waters to come for them. Thank you so much if you watched all the way to the end. I super appreciate it. Hit subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more. I love watching reality TV, so I definitely want to make more content like this. But again, I'm also going to make content on gaming and movies in a cozy, fun, you know, just casual setting. So if you like that, I hope to see you again, and have a good rest of your day. Bye. Sam got me worked up.